Good morning. So can I just make a comment about the upcoming Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando?
Yes. So we got the bowl games were announced, and we've got the Pop-Tarts Bowl with Miami.
That's right. The Hurricanes will be there at the end of the month. So I heard Dana talking about this earlier, and she and I agree on just about nothing. But
it's true.
But when it comes to Pop-Tarts, she is 100% correct. I'm listening to her talk about just like trying to eat those things.
You don't like Pop-Tarts?
No, it's like cardboard flavored with artificial nonsense.
No way. The
and
strawberry
they're so
ones.
Crumbly. They make a mess.
The strawberry ones that I eat, I mean, that is like real. That's like going and picking a strawberry here in Florida and putting it right into the Pop-Tart.
That's such a lie. So, the whole idea of biting into one of those, I can't get all the artificial ingredients and preservatives out of my head. I mean, it's like
that's the best part.
It's fake. It's like fake pastry with fake fruit filling and fake frosting, and then on top of that, it tastes stale.
It's amazing.
Chris, you're so right. It's so accurate.
You're making me salivate right now.
I really hope that the Pop-Tart Bowl isn't an iHeartRadio sponsor or anything.
I mean, I would not be able to watch that game now because all I'd be thinking about is how I can't stand Pop-Tarts.
Well, they have the Pop-Tart mascot who's dancing around, and I think the Pop-Tart mascot popped out of a toaster at some point during the Pop-Tart Bowl last time. So,
like they're going to be like, we'll be right back to the Pop-Tarts Bowl after this. I'll be like, no, I won't.
Oh, and then right into a commercial for Pop-Tarts.
Did you ever watch the Pop-Tart movie that Jerry Seinfeld did?
No.
Oh, it was actually pretty funny. Good? Yeah, I can't believe you didn't watch it because you're such a big Jerry Seinfeld fan and a big Pop-Tart fan. It was like made for you.
I can eat those. I don't even need them toasted. I eat them straight out of the package.
I know you do. But they make a mess because you're always trying to get the crumbs off the counter when you bring them in.
You know what? They're so good, those preservatives and artificial flavors, it doesn't even matter.
The petroleum in the food dye.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
All right. So New York police have released new photos of the suspect wanted in the killing of the UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. They appear to be from a camera mounted inside a taxi. One of the pictures shows him looking through the partition between the back seat and the front of the cab, and the other shows him outside the vehicle. But in both photos, his face is partially obscured by a blue medical-style mask. And police last week found bullets with the words delay, deny, defend. They also found Monopoly money inside a backpack that was discovered in Central Park. But the gun used in the crime is still missing, along with the suspect.
Yeah, they don't know, or at least at the moment, we don't know where he might be. Maybe law enforcement has a better idea at this point. He's not in New York City, though. It seems clear. And the search, it sounds like, has extended now to the Atlanta area. They wonder if he's heading back that way because that's apparently where he came from. I don't know what to make of this story. I mean, he's leaving backpacks behind with Monopoly money. He's got these words on the shell casings and the bullets, but he lowers his mask and shows his face because he's flirting with some woman
at the hostel. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the gun might be something used by veterinarians. It's all over the place.
It really is. And the new picture of him is on our Facebook page at Ryan Gorman Show, and we've had people kind of commenting on what they think happened. And I said last week, like, the wife's statement and that whole scenario, the fact that the family hasn't put it a reward, even though they're very wealthy. And some people agree with me on social media. That's the wife. Other people think it has to do with the insider trading stuff and that the bullets, like what was written on the bullets that has to do with, denied claims and stuff, that's just a distraction. And then back to the Monopoly money for a second. There's a theory that the Monopoly money also has to do with, as a clue, the fact that UnitedHealthcare is basically, having a monopoly on that industry.
I don't know. I mean, I still think that it has to do with just the health insurance industry.
That's what people are still talking about on the internet.
Yeah.
It's not so much the details of the investigation, but the crummy healthcare industry.
Right. But then he's a young guy. The backpack's a $300 backpack.
But he stayed in a hostel.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the hostel
confused.
thing, I think, is to avoid giving a credit card to have to pay for a hotel.
You're right.
Yeah.
But he again, like in the taxi, he's got the surgical mask on to not see his face. Did he not know in the hostel that when he was flirting with the chick that if he pulled down his mask, there were cameras there? He was so careful in certain instances, and then he was so calm when he killed the I don't know.
They still haven't caught him, though.
Yeah, and
So
he's got
It
It's
is
almost like
strange.
he's trolling everybody.
Yeah,
Right.
well, but there's so much information out there. It's not like this just happened and then he just disappeared. He's been tracked. Like there's so many videos and pictures of him that you got to think they have to know who he is. You've got his face.
Yeah, the FBI is now involved, and they put out a reward. You mentioned the family hasn't put out a reward. UnitedHealthcare hasn't put out a reward either for the murder of their CEO for information that might help law enforcement. Some people were commenting about that. Then you have, obviously...
That would cost the company money, though.
That's true. You've got the whole discussion about the health insurance industry tied to all of this. You've got the discussion about how some people have been celebrating his murder because of their anger with the healthcare industry. You've got women, of course, who think he's hot.
Yeah.
Based on the pictures that they've seen so far. They think he's an attractive guy, so you've got that angle. You had, honestly, I was shocked when I saw on Saturday, I was watching College Game Day, and there he was. Timothy Chalamet was on College Game Day, who
He
a lot
does
of
look
people
like Timothy Chalamet.
think the suspect looks like. Yeah, he was right there on TV. I didn't see...
The comparison picture is on our Facebook page at Ryan Gorman Show from the other day. You'll have to scroll down a little bit.
That was a brazen move by the killer to
Yeah,
just go
wouldn't
on College Game Day like that.
Wouldn't that be a peach if it
Yeah.
was that guy?
Right. So
Insane.
The whole thing is, and then Eric Adams and Chris, what did you make of his comments? He alluded to the fact that they know the ID of the suspect, but then the NYPD, their statement kind of pushed back a little bit. It was very confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing. And, when they said that they were expanding the search to New Jersey, I was like, okay, a little late for that.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be in friggin',
Right.
Mexico by now. Well, I think sometimes when they don't release identities, it's because they know where he is.
Yeah,
And they don't
yeah.
want to create a whole stir. They want him to be comfortable so they can move in and get him.
That's what Adams was kind of saying.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
they
he was
don't have
alluding
him.
to. Yeah.
So we're it's starting to seem like maybe they don't know where he is.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think if they do have his identity at some point, they're going to release it because that means they really need the public's help to find him.
Right.
So President-elect Trump admitted that Americans may pay more when he was confronted about the effects of his tariff plan on prices. He was interviewed on Meet the Press by the NBC anchor Kristen Welker, and he was asked directly if he could guarantee that Americans would not pay more because of those policies, and Trump said he could not guarantee anything.
Yeah, he has said time and time again that tariffs won't increase prices. But then I thought it was interesting when he was asked to guarantee it, he wouldn't go that far. Look, I mean, this is economy 101. Tariffs increase prices.
And they did during his presidency.
They did on the items that tariffs were enacted on. The question always is the pain of the price increases worth what you're trying to accomplish with those tariffs, like changing China's behavior, changing Canada's behavior,
Bringing
changing
jobs
Mexico.
back.
Yeah, things like that. That's the trade-off. But he has been saying they don't cost taxpayer or the American public anything. And if that's the case, then you have to question, well, why don't we just do 100% tariffs on everything?
On everybody, yeah,
if
all the
there's
time, on everything.
There's no cost for them, and they work out well, and they can, enhance our economy, bring jobs back. Why wouldn't you tariff everything? I think it's because they would obviously raise prices. So right now, I think this is all a negotiating tactic. The question is, once he's in office, where do things stand, and does he really move forward with enacting these tariffs, and how widespread are they? Because those last time around were more targeted. So like if you were buying a washing machine, you were paying more, but if you weren't buying that, then it really didn't impact you. 100% tariffs across the board on China, well, that's going to impact a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would hurt our exports, too, because those countries would retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
So Grandma got run over by a reindeer, but this time not walking back to our house on Christmas Eve, but during a turkey trot. So a pack of rogue deer knocked two women off their feet during the annual Turkey Day run in Watertown, New York. It was all caught on camera, so you can imagine the memes as the old Christmas song came roaring back.
Here's audio of how this all unfolded. the grandmother's screaming.
You just see, this group of people and they're trotting like it's not a marathon.
Yeah.
They're just kind of running around a corner. And then all of a sudden, these deer just come tearing through. And one of them hits these two women and they both fall down. And one of them is a grandma. Now, 3 people were injured. One was sent to the hospital, but I don't think anyone suffered any serious injuries.
It sounds like a stampede, doesn't it?
Grandma literally got run over by a reindeer.
It's the best Christmas ever.
It's so crazy. Now,
And any excuse to play that song again.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Now, real quick, where can people see the video? Because you got to check this out.
It's on our X at Ryan Gorman Show.
Definitely start following us there if you're not already. All right, Chris Trenkman with today's top stories. Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you.